Back on the FCFL Digital Network, second half of Fairfield and Westport. It's week one of the Fairfield County Football League. I'm Aiden Blanc. It is a pleasure to have you with us. In just a moment, Nolan Izzo will kick off, and the Wreckers of Westport will have the first possession of the second half. This game is tied at 14. Both teams with a touchdown in the first quarter and a touchdown in the second. Nothing else. You can see the Falcon fans. There are some of them, and they are here. Over on the far side, a long, booming kick that will be returned from the end zone. He cuts to the near side, has some space across midfield. I beg your pardon, across the 20 and short of the 30 to the 29-yard line. And that is where the staple offense will take over. So here we go. First down and 10, the first play of the second half. Play fake, running to the near side is Harriet. He's hit the backfield for a big loss. So we're back to the 20-yard line, and the Wreckers may have lost 5 yards on that play. Call it second down and 15. Claps, takes the snap, back to throw. Looking, airing, tipped, intercepted, and returned. Touchdown, Falcons. Right into the hands of Zach Hathaway. And the junior with, I guess, what you would call a pick six. And the Falcons lead by a touchdown. Wow. There you go. (20-14), and Izzo's gonna go kick. And this has been just a tremendous day for football in general. But for usually Ludlow, but today Falcon football, it has just been a tremendous start to the season. It is in. And it's 21-14. A 7-point lead for the Falcons. They lead the Westport Wreckers the first week of the first ever private high school football league in the state of Connecticut. Everybody's being safe. Everybody's done their job. And the Falcons lead it 21-14. A pure stroke of luck. A ball was tipped right into the hands of Zach Hathaway. And he returns it for the touchdown. So Izzo will kick off again. He was just moments ago kicking off the second half. And we'll try it again. This one a little bit more of a squib. It rolls. It's returned from inside the 10. Running to the near side. A lot of space. Still on his feet. And he carries basically the entire Ludlow team out to the 40-yard line. And out trots the Staples offense, or the Wrecker offense, who now trails by a touchdown. Two plays into the second half, and Ludlow, Fairfield's done a very good job of scoring so far, and scoring quick. Trips out to the left. Two receivers sent wide, one in motion. Handoff down the middle, couple of yards. Believe that's Jack Curran still in the running back slot. From the gun, on second down, handoff, near side, took a couple of hits, gaining a couple of yards is Jack Curran, the Wrecker running back. Back-to-back runs, and now it's third down, definitely manageable for the Wreckers. Third down and 3. They send 3 receivers off to that far side, 2 to the near side, so an empty backfield. Harriet takes the snap. He's hit. The ball is loose. There's a lot of white uniforms. It most definitely goes to Ludlow. They got it. Back-to-back turnovers, one of which results in a touchdown and the other of which may result in the same. We will see as the Ludlow offense comes back out, their second possession of the half. And Kyle Chamberlain has not had to lift a finger. He comes out with a 7-point lead, hasn't even gotten the football yet. He will for the first time right now. Back to throw. Batted down. They will rule it an incomplete pass. We're working with very primitive rosters, and the Wreckers are using their practice jerseys, so we don't really know who is who, but a tremendous stop by the Wreckers. It'll be second down and 10. So here we go, Chamberlain. Second down and 10. Back to throw. Pocket collapsing, airing it near side. It is intercepted. The Wreckers got it. Jordan Hall fell on it. It was right into his hands, and they've had a couple of opportunities like that today. So both of these teams playing a little bit sloppier offensively here in the second half. And it's good to see after the defenses were nowhere to be seen those first 2 quarters. But the Falcons remain on top by a touchdown. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Back to throw, pressure coming. Evades the tackle. And runs it out to the near side. Harriet with a big gain there, and he's done a very good job of making something from nothing today. The ball's on the 41. Call it 2nd and 2. 2nd and 4. Another empty backfield. He's back to throw. Looking, got all the time in the world. Now he's got to start throwing. He steps up. A flag is down. He throws it out of bounds. We will see who the penalty goes against. It's going to go against Staples, so they're going to move the ball back. What was 2nd down and 4 is now going to be 3rd down and a little bit longer unless they keep the down. It looks like they will. So 2nd down. See how much yardage they need to make up to get that conversion. Sloppy football from the Wrecker offense to start this half. Second and 15. Back to throw. Pressure. Complete. It's caught by Curran. He's basically got to get all the yardage he can. It's going to be 3rd down. Probably less than 10. Second down, 3rd down and 12. Third down, 12 to go. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. It is incomplete. Was the original call. But it was complete. It's going to be 3rd down and very, very short. Only about a yard, maybe even a few inches to go. 4th down and 1. A receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Handoff down the middle, and converting is Jack Curran. Good for the Wreckers. They had 2nd and really long, and they were able to make up all that ground and convert. Beg your pardon, Henry Beck is the running back, and he gets another run. On the 49. Harriet takes the snap. Handoff for Beck. Cutting to the far side. Past the 50. Gain of 2 or 3. Two receivers to the near side and 1 to the far side. Takes the snap. Play fake. Airs it. Complete to the near side. We have no 16 on the roster, but whoever it was, he goes forward, gets the conversion. So the Wreckers start to cook something up offensively. The wind's starting to kick up as Harriet lines up. With a tight end offset. Takes the snap. Back to throw. The backfield empties. All kinds of time. Now he has to move on the run. Pressure coming. Airs it incomplete. Just out of the reach of the wide receiver. It'll be 2nd down and 10. (21-14). He lines up from the gun. 2nd down and 10. Falcons up by 7 on their cross Fairfield County rivals, the Wreckers. This is going to be a pretty decent gain on the ground for Henry Beck. About 3 or 4. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter, and it's now 21-14. We'll take a short break. Back in a little bit. All right, so here we go. The final 12 minutes. It's 21-14. The Falcons trying to hang on to a lead that they've held for most of this game now. What a game we've seen. Really high-quality football, and can only imagine if we were playing it in a real organized fashion with the CIAC. 3rd down and 7 to the near side. Pressure coming, evades a hit. On the run, intercepted. It's Buckley, and he's going to get to return it off to the far side, past the 20, past the 25, off to the 30. He'll clear that as well. And another interception for the Falcons. It is their 2nd of the day. The 3rd record turnover of the afternoon. Drew Buckley has been a machine, both offensively and defensively. He's got a touchdown. He's now got an interception. And the Falcons, with a 21-14 lead, will have the football starting at the 30-yard line. The fans certainly love it, and those that are in attendance are very, very happy about the results so far. 21-14, a terrifically played game so far by the Falcons, sending 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Chamberlain backs up, now steps forward, on the move, going to get whatever yardage out of this he can, and it might be 4 or 5 yards. Good for Chamberlain. He had some pressure, but he was able to escape it, and he's been terrific so far for a guy who we didn't really know much about because he hasn't played since his sophomore year at Staples. He's played very, very well. It was a gain of 4. So now 2nd down and 6. 3 receivers to the near side. Feldman in the backfield. He'll get the football. He will run it. And he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, either that or a 1-yard loss. But he ran into a heap of Navy jerseys. Chamberlain, 3 receivers to the near side, the same setup as the last play. He's hit in the backfield. It's going to be a 4 or 5 yard loss. Chamberlain unable to avoid the hit. The Wreckers have hit him a few times today, and now there is an injured Wrecker out on the field. We'll see where they place the football. It should be 4th and 9, or potentially 10. Fairfield Ludlow's athletic trainer, Sidney Junkins, who is here, I assume paid privately by the Fairfield team, is headed out. It's another thing that this league has done so very well is they've gotten all the personnel either on a volunteer or paid basis to make this thing happen, and there is a injured Wrecker out on the field. It's 21-14. The Falcons are on top. We are in the 4th quarter. That Wrecker was off the field, so play can resume. They're right back to where they started, 4th down and 10. Ludlow, who does not, they will punt. They do not punt very often, but they will right now. And a timeout is used. Ball's just in front of the 30-yard line. They got to get to the 40. It's going to be 4th down and 10. Again, we'll have the game live stream next week. They're going to host St. Joe's. As of now, that may change. But Ludlow should be hosting St. Joe's, and it should be here. Alrighty, so they're going to punt it away, something they don't do too often. Izzo in the backfield. It's in the air, squibbing high, just in front of the 40, and it bounces out. So they make the smart decision and punt, and now the Wreckers have to go all the way down the field. The ball's going to be placed on the 40-yard line. On the 46. And they got to get to the opposing 44. Claps, takes the snap, handoff, Beck, down the middle, big run, at least 5 yards, maybe more, from Henry Beck, who's been a beast, and they've gone to him a lot more here in the second half on the running game. They've gone a lot less. The Wreckers, the little that they passed, they've done very, very well. They just haven't passed very much. But when they do, it has worked out very well. Once again, Beck in the backfield, split receivers. Handoff. Beck should make it 3rd down and 3 or 4 yards. Ball's on the 48. They got to get to the, just past the 45. It is very difficult to spot here. Again, generally for a game like this, we'd be in the booth, but we'll do what we're asked. To throw, far side, it's complete, and a lot of running room, and he's inside the red zone. Like I said, the little they pass, they've done very, very well. They go to the air once on that drive, on that possession, and it turns into a big gain that may tie this game up. They trail by 7. Fourth quarter. Wreckers and Falcons. If Fairfield can get a stop here, that may be it. Handoff, back, down the middle, a big heaping gain. He's just short of the 15. You got to score a touchdown here. You can't come away with anything else. From the gun, a tight end offset. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 off to the far side. Takes the snap, the backfield empties. To throw, end zone, caught! Did he get 2 feet in? Yes, he did, and this game's gonna be tied pending the extra point. So the Wreckers come down the field after a lackluster start to the half, and they tie, and they have a chance to tie it here. They put 6 on the board, and here comes the extra point. To tie it at 21 here in the 4th. On the way, and in. They nearly blocked it, but he was just a bit behind. So we're tied at 21. What a game we have seen. All tied, 3 touchdowns apiece, the only scoring we've seen today. High-quality football in the Fairfield County Football League. And we'll see you on the other side of this break. Tied at 21. What a game we've seen so far. Fairfield and Westport, 2 very evenly matched teams. We may not say that much in this league. And Fairfield, once they finish, win or lose, has to look forward to a rough game next week against St. Joe's. It will be a David versus Goliath type matchup. Kick is on the way. It will be returned by Buckley from inside the 10. Right down the middle, trying to cut to the far side, breaks a tackle, and he is well short of the 20, maybe the 17 or 18-yard line. (21-21). 4th quarter, time winding down. Three receivers off to the near side, 1 to the far side. Backfield empties, incomplete. Just out of the reach of Luke Lasiza. Remember, he had that big catch, a couple of good catches at the very end of that first half. So they're going to send 3 receivers off to the far side. Basically an inverse of that last setup. Once again, the backfield empties. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. A long ball. Incomplete. And it was close. If that had stayed in bounds, it would have been trouble. There were a couple of Wreckers that were looking to get their hands on it, but it went onto the Wrecker bench. Lucky enough for Kyle Chamberlain. Third down. 10 to go after a pair of incomplete passes. And you can see the difference. Both of these teams have very different styles of offense. The Wreckers have relied a lot on their running game. The Falcons, they like to go for it on 4th down. They like to throw it. And they're going to throw it again. Stepping out of pressure. Chamberlain hit. Loose. It might have been intercepted. If not, it's 4th down. And yes, it was incomplete. Disaster averted for the Falcons. Wow. That could have been bad. But instead, they got a 4th down. We'll see if they choose to punt. They did it in a very similar situation the last time, and they will again. Early in the game, they did not want to punt, but now it's a little bit different situation. Because they don't want to give the ball to the Wreckers this late in the game with this good field position. A couple of guys back to return near the 30 and 25-yard lines. One of them's Mana, and the other one is Beck. High snap, booming kick. It barely is going to clear midfield. And it may not have even. It may be on the 49-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. But the Wreckers come out with a very clear goal. They want to score and take the lead. Late in the 4th quarter, week 1 of the Fairfield County Football League. 2 teams jockeying for their first win of the year. Ball's going to be placed on the 44-yard line. They're not quite into field goal territory yet. And remember, with high school football, you got to be basically right up near the end zone for it to be field goal territory. Although Nolan is almost hit it from nearly 50 yards earlier. So 1st down and 10. They send 1 receiver to the near side and 2 to the far side with Beck in the backfield. Play fake, steps up across the middle. It is incomplete. And oh boy, that was put right down the middle of the field. It was a perfect pass. And all the credit in the world to Grant Harriet. He's done a tremendous job quarterbacking the Wreckers today. He's had some problems. He's thrown 2 interceptions. But he was close to putting them up late in this game. 21-21. The ball on the 46. A 44. 2nd down and 10. This feels like a playoff game. Down the middle, Beck. He was short of the 45 at forward progress. They never actually did bring him down. Beg your pardon, he was short at the 40. So at most, it'll be a 3-4 yard gain. Late in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. First of around 6 that the Falcons will play this season, and then apparently there will be 2 postseason games that are expected to be played right after. Claps his hands, takes the snap. 2 receivers to the near side. He's going to scramble to the far side. A lot of pressure coming. Throwing. Complete. And they're inside the 30. This is close to field goal range, depending on how long they feel comfortable attempting it from. Another set of downs for the Wreckers and Harriet. First down, 10 to go from the 29. Pressure, has to get rid of it, and he does. You could have made a case for intentional grounding, but it would have been sketchy. So second down and 10 coming up. And that was a big, big stop for the Falcons. They cannot let the Wreckers get anywhere close to the red zone here. A tie game. The Falcons have played terrific football today, and so have the Wreckers. These two teams have treated us to just a great game of private high school football. And they can show you what this can do and how good this can be when it's played right. All kinds of pressure, and he's brought down! A sack from Jack Morrison. And now they're going to have a long, long third down to make. Ball's on the 35. We're going to call it 3rd and 15. Claps his hands, takes the snap. He's got to throw. Steps up in the pocket, has some room. He's going to run it. He's going to be nowhere close, although he's pretty close. But they're going to stop him. So the question now on 4th down and short, will the Wreckers decide to kick the field goal and take the lead? They're going to go for it. Takes the snap, back to throw, and it's blocked! And they're going to get the football and a chance to win the game. All the credit in the world to the Falcon defense, who was shaky at best all day long, but when it mattered most, they keep the tie and will give the offense a chance to take the lead. Morrison with a pair of big, big plays. And for a team that always seems to bring this game down to the wire, it really is fitting that in their first game of private football they do the same. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. And Feldman in the backfield, first down and 10. And a whistle, it might have been false start. There's a flag on the field. And they're going to lose 5 yards. It was against the Falcons. Not a great start. But the game very much still theirs to lose. With the football, Feldman in the backfield, 3 receivers off to the near side, 1 to the far side, takes the snap, forced to throw. Feldman's got it. He's back to the line of scrimmage and a little bit more. Not a terrible carry for him. It's going to be 3rd down, a little bit less than 10. Is there an injury on the far side? It looks like there is. Not entirely sure who it was, but it's the other thing we've seen so far. There's been very little injury. And knock on wood, that's a very good thing to see. We've seen some really clean football. I mean, you couldn't tell the difference between this and a normal high school football game. And that's very, very nice to see. We're going to take a break. It's tied at 21 here in the 4th quarter. Ludlow with the football. 2nd down and less than 10 when we come back. back for the fourth quarter, 21-21. The Fairfield County Football League, second game of the entire league. We saw Darien beat Fairfield's Ward earlier this morning, 36-0. Cannot promise it, but I would assume that at some point the Mustangs and Falcons will meet in the battle for Fairfield. Walking off the field is Denham Feldman, who was banged up on that last play, and he's done a terrific job out of the backfield so far for the Falcons. Doesn't look like he'll be returning anytime soon. Alrighty, we got a football game. Second down, third down, we'll call it. Second down, we'll call it 9. There's a first down and a lot more. Off to the far side is Smith to the 30 and short of the 20. The ball popped out of his arms, but after it was out of bounds, they're just outside the red zone and threatening to take the lead back. And what a run by Drew Smith. Hasn't gotten too many big carries. He's gotten a lot of targets today. And the ball's going to be placed on the 21. The good thing about having a really solid kicker at this level is that you can play like real football teams might, like the college and pros would, and plan it out. Izzo barely missed from 50, just beyond 50 yards earlier. You could give him a chance from here, and he could probably make it off to the far side, a run that'll lose him at least 2 or 3 yards. But all you got to do is keep it around the line of scrimmage right now, and even if you can't score a touchdown, you can still have Izzo come out and kick a field goal, and you'd force the Wreckers to put one up too. Chamberlain on the move, incomplete, not anywhere near Buckley, a little low. It was intended for Buckley. And it'll be third down. Call it 13 for the Falcons. Tie game, 21-all. I'll call it 3rd and 11. After that loss 2 plays ago. Third down, 11 to go. Chamberlain. They put Fraddock and Jelly in the backfield after the loss of Feldman. There's a timeout, and it's called by the Wreckers. Yeah, Fraddock and Jelly's going to come in place of Denham Feldman, who is injured and left the game. Again, we're with you on the FCFL Digital Network. The Fairfield Falcons, the Westport Wreckers, teams that would normally be from Ludlow and Westport. Or Ludlow and Staples, rather. It's third down and a little bit more than 10 to go. From the backfield with Fraddock and Jelly out there. To throw. It is incomplete. It was intended for Smith. But it's incomplete. 4th down and 12. We're going to find out if they choose to go with Izzo or if they want to try and convert. And they're going with Izzo. He missed from a lot longer earlier. He missed from past the 40-yard line, which would be over a 50-yard field goal. And he was just short. Now he's going to try from a little bit longer than 30. So a little bit longer than 40-yard field goal for Izzo to give him the lead late in this game. And it may be the decisive blow. Officially from 41 yards. It's blocked. It's loose. They throw it. It's complete. And he's going to get the first down and the touchdown. And they take the lead. Unbelievable. 27-21. The holder, Don Ballora, who has been their quarterback for a while at the JV level, drops the snap. They barely get it off to the far side, and they run it in. 27-21. A PAT. They're going to try it again. But hang on, they might go for a conversion and try and throw a wrench into the Wreckers' plot. Unbelievable. So they will try the PAT, and it's blocked. But it couldn't matter less. A 6-point lead for the Falcons late in the fourth quarter, and now the Wreckers have to answer. We'll see if they can in just a bit on the FCFL Digital Network. Back on the FCFL Digital Network. The Wreckers, good news and bad news. They now trail with just a few minutes remaining in this game. They trail by 6, but a touchdown and an extra point gives them the lead. Izzo's going to kick off after one of the most incredible touchdowns you will see at any level of high school football. Ballora dropped the snap. He was the holder for a field goal. He dropped it. This is returned from the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. But Ballora, the snap holder, dropped it. He was hit as he threw. Just shoveled it off. It was caught, and they were able to not only convert but score a touchdown. This game has had all kinds of weird twists and turns. And we'll see if the Wreckers can give us one more. A 6-point lead for the Falcons. Fairfield and Westport. Boy, what a game we've seen today. And it's been tremendous to have high school football back in this town at the tail end of October. Ball's on the 20. They got to move fast. Play fake. Has to get out of the pocket. Scrambling, running. First down and a little bit more. What a scramble by Grant Harriet. Again, a tremendous job offensively from him. Another set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 30. Back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Incomplete. They wanted a penalty, but don't get it. Off on the far side. The Wrecker receiver was nailed down by Micah Naimo. 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 30. Second down and 10 from the 30. Harriet from the shotgun. 3 receivers off to the near side. 1 off to his right. Back to throw. Stepping up in the pocket. Has to run. Avoids a couple of hits. Another big run. And another first down. And he's past midfield. Off to the 35. Remember, they still have to score a touchdown, but he gets himself out of bounds. Stops the clock. Grant Harriet, if they win this game, will be a big reason why he has excelled so far today. 1st and 10. The ball's on the 4. It's in between the 41 and 42. Timeout now to the Wreckers. And we'll take another break. The Falcons on top by 6. Back in a little bit. Back on the FCFL Digital Network, it's a 6-point lead for the Falcons. Just a few minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Harrison from the gun. 1st down and 10. Ball's on the 42. Back to throw. Pressure coming. He steps up. He pump fakes. He tried to run. He will get a few yards, but he's hit. A big hit by a gaggle of white unis. If he gained anything, it's only a yard or 2. That was a big stop. The Wreckers offense was gaining some momentum, and the Ludlow defense was starting to fade. Another timeout is called, and we'll be back in a bit. Back on the FCFL Digital Network. 22 seconds remain. And the Wreckers with the football. They got a throw. Trailing by 6. Harriet takes the snap. Off to the far side. Time starting to wind down. Goes and throws. It is caught! And he's inside the 5. They got to move. The clock is running. 7 seconds remain. Did he get it off? There might have been a timeout. Timeout. He downed the ball. I couldn't even see it. But they basically got one play left. You can't get better than this. And this is why you play high school football. So here we go. Ball's inside the 5. It's on the 3. Harriet from the gun with Beck in the backfield. A 6-point lead for the Falcons. Claps, takes the snap. He's going to throw. Pressure, rolling. He is into the end zone. PAT will win it. They can't get the stop. It's now tied at 27. And that blocked PAT is going to make the difference if they hit it here. 27 all. On the last play of the game, they tie it. Harriet runs it in. So here you go. The PAT that can win it for the Wreckers. Showstack to win the game. Blocked! Let's go to overtime! It's Zach Hathaway. 2 of the biggest plays of this game. A PAT to start the second half and a blocked PAT to end it. Boy, has he been the difference maker. A pick 6 to start the second half and a blocked PAT to send us to overtime. They're discussing right now if they want to tie this thing or not. If they want to leave this thing as is. Boy, you cannot make this up. This is why you play high school football in Connecticut. And this is why these kids wanted to play so badly. It looks like we may be playing. And we are. Overtime in week 1. Couldn't tell you how the rules work. We're going to find out. Overtime in the first game of the high school football season, and Ludlow is going to get the ball first. Or rather, Fairfield is going to get the ball first. The Falcons will have it. The ball is on the 20-yard line. They're going to try to score this thing. Couldn't tell you if a touchdown wins it. But either way, Chamberlain goes to the far side. It's got by Smith. Pickup of a few, maybe even 5 yards. To start overtime. If you're just joining us, you better go back and rewatch. The Falcons with a crazy score to take the lead off a flubbed field goal attempt. They score. And then they block a field goal to prevent the tie. Smith has it. He is in. Touchdown. And a turnover will win it in week 1. Ooh, did he come up short? No, he didn't. 33-27. Falcons lead it in overtime. Izzo's on the PAT. It is in. So the way that we're going to assume overtime works is that Westport now has to match that and score to tie it, which is just like college football. And much better than the NFL, because in the NFL this should be over. So the Wreckers get the ball from the 20. The Wreckers take over possession. And a handoff for Beck. First down, a lot more. They're just outside the end zone. Remember, they have to score to keep this game alive as the late afternoon shadows begin to kick in over Taft Field. First down and goal. Takes the snap. Harriet throwing. Incomplete. It'll be a second down, but a flag, an elite one. It's going to move him up. See where they place it. Claps, takes the snap, handoff, back down the middle, and into the end zone. Headed to double OT, and the Wreckers have tied it. They do need a PAT, which, given the way this thing ended, is not a guarantee. The last 2 PAT attempts on either end have been blocked. And knock on wood, if Fairfield blocks it, it's over. 34-33, overtime, and a PAT to tie it and send us to a double overtime. They're going to go for 2. Scrambling. He is. It's incomplete. The game's over. And Fairfield is 1-0. They went for 2. They failed to get the conversion. And the Falcons are 1-0. A game that was not guaranteed to happen until they kicked the ball off today. And the Falcons get a win by a point in typical Ludlow fashion. And that'll do it from Taft Field. We'll have a live stream for you next week. We do appreciate you hanging with us. Your final once again, Week 1 of the FCFL. Fairfield 34 and Westport 33. We'll see you next week.